What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks, Sunday Sports Edition. Got my guys in here. I got Clayton, and I got my guy Tunk sitting to my far left. Y'all see the title of the show today. The title is College Coaches Hating on Kids in the Portal. And great be tripping off my titles, man. I brought that up because like Deion Sanders, he said some things about the kids in the portal, the transfer portal, that I didn't think that was fair. You know what I mean? Like he said that he specifically said that like the kids that are in the portal really don't make any difference. And for them to be like, and I heard other coaches say that they only backups. I think he said that too. They only backups. This one specific guy in the portal was he was immature. Some of these guys in the portals have behavioral problems. They raw, undeveloped talent. And so my thing is like, all right, so when you talk about or you place a stigma on the kids that in the transfer portal, it's almost like a form of like bullying and shaming. You know, and I think you can affect with this NIL stuff that's going on now. Like you can affect them. And Deion, you know, if it's anybody who is about a brand, it's him. And he should know better than to, you know what I mean, to like place that kind of stigma. Whether you agree with the kid leaving the school or not, I think that's kind of unfair to to try to affect their brand like that. So what y'all think about that? It's not just Deion, it's other coaches too who do that with the kids, you know.
Yeah, it's well. I'm a little disappointed, you know. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed because you know, it is what it is. Like, but Deion, like when he got asked the question, it's like, I want to ask all you reporters in the room, what we losing? What we losing? And I felt like that was a real arrogant energy, you know, that he was coming, you know, the position he was coming from.
Yeah.
And with that, right, I just feel like himself, he put so much emphasis on his sons, and you have to know that resentment is going to settle in with your team. You know what I'm saying? So you putting a target, to me, you putting a larger target on your back. And also I'm gonna say this, his ego won't let him acknowledge what's really going on. I think that's some of the whole, the undeveloped talent, what we lose. And that's his ego speaking, because he came in with that mentality, like Tunk said off air, like, you know, I'm coming, we coming, and I'm bringing my Louis luggage with me, right?
Yeah.
So now when you start getting cracks in your armor, you start to see the disgruntledness in some of his players. His ego now is speaking out. And for a guy that talks about being led by God to be mentors and be in these young men's lives in a certain capacity, I just think he, you know, the way he's operating is just, you know, it's contradictory to that, to his brand, you know, what he was saying about that. But as far as the kids being undeveloped, well, they came to your university, they came to your school for you to develop them into great players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and the one kid took a shot at him. He said, I'm trying to play somewhere where I will be developed. I don't want to play for clicks. He took a shot at him.
Sure
So,
did.
yeah, so I don't think, now when you say they being bullied and stuff like that, I'm trying to get my head around that idea of that, because I really don't think they can hurt these kids' brands, because one thing about a lot of these kids that's in college football, they've been recruited when they was in high school. They was being recruited by teams all over the countries and coaches all over the countries. So regardless of what a coach say about a kid, these other coaches know, because you got film, I've recruited this player before. So I think they'll be fine in terms of that. And as far as their brand goes, when I'm really trying to get, if you in the transfer portal and I'm trying to seduce you to choose my school, I can get you an NIL deal. I can get you something to lure you here. You know what I mean? So I just think these kids will be all right. I don't know if it's going to really harm their brand, you know, but I think it harms Deion brand more than the kid. Or
I think he
any
exposed
coach.
himself. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
any
I
coach,
do expose himself because people see straight through.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. And then you ask Dion, well, what's the end game? You want to stop the transfer portal? Just be, you know what I mean, and it's a two-sided coin. You know what I mean, you benefit from it as well when guys transfer in. You know what I'm saying? So you benefit from it. So all the guys that's transferring into your program, do you have that same, you know what I mean, mentality? Do you have that same feeling about them that's coming in?
Right.
That they're nobody, you
Right.
understand? That they can't be taught, they can't be coached up. Is that what or only the guys that's leaving?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That you feel it that way about. You know what I mean? So it's weird. I think what it is, especially he's starting to, I believe that Dion's really starting to see the big picture now. He's in Colorado now. You know, all the shine and all the glitz kind of had gone away. Now you got to win. Now you got to win, and you got to coach these boys up. So it seemed like he's already saying that I don't really have the horses to run the race. You know what I'm saying? And I can't get them to that particular level that y'all are expecting me to get you. When they started out 4-0, they was out there like Mardi Gras. I mean, everybody was there on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. You know what I mean? Go. No, Mike, you good? Go ahead.
I was just saying, Mike, what time say?
They say, Urban, all's fair in sports if you don't get caught. Let's go, Deion Sanders. Goodbye, Nick Saban. It was okay when Nick Saban was dominating, but not Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, go ahead.
No. I was saying, I agree with that to the point when Nick Saban was getting all the 5 stars every year, whatever. When he had no competition, he could just send a letter and they coming. Right now, it's not that way. He wants out. I agree with that. Second, Deion, I don't feel is dominating the recruiting.
There you go.
Part of it. I don't think he's dominating the recruiting. You know what I'm saying? We all want Deion to do well. Me, myself, personally, I could do, you know what I mean, you know, all the brashness and the talk, but you got to win games to back it up. If you're winning, you can say what you want. You know what I'm saying? But you're not winning, and we come up with a million excuses why he doesn't.
I thought when Deion got to Colorado, his whole team came out the portal. Didn't he get rid of everybody?
That's what I'm saying. He told the guys that getting the portal. Like the first team meeting.
Wasn't there 80-some players or something?
Like new players.
He only kept like 2 people.
It's when he first had this meeting with the team that was there prior to him taking the job. He told them all get in the portal.
He told
them. He said, I'm bringing everybody new in. Okay, so
I might as well jump in.
Right.
Quarterback.
Right.
Already got that.
So you don't even know if this is the type of person that you can coach up or not. You just telling them, you know, hit the bricks. So, okay, all right, you kicked a lot of guys out. You coming in, new regime, new turnover. Fine. You got to win, though. You have to win. And you don't get 4 or 5 years until you start winning. You got to start doing it now. And you see by when the season started, like I said, and then when the season ended, it was different. It was just a different vibe. It was a different feel because they wasn't winning. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's saying, damn, I might this season might be more the same.
I remember toward the end of the year, Deion started backpedaling about NIL deals. Because remember, he flipped Travis Hunter because Travis Hunter was going to go to Florida State. He flipped him to Jackson State because he was able to broker an NIL deal that was going to pay him, and Nick Saban got upset. It was like, are they paying players, whatever the case may be. So he was all about it. But then toward the end of the year, when his team started falling apart a little bit and stuff, he started making comments in the press about players worrying about the bag. They weren't about getting their money. But that was one of the tools you used
to recruit.
To flip Travis.
You know, if somebody got a bigger purse than you, that's just what the game is now. You can't be mad if you thought you had a guy coming to Colorado, but a Notre Dame or Florida State or Nebraska, whoever said, well, no, come here, come to Georgia. I got a bigger bag. You can't be mad when they go. You know what I'm saying?
I also said Deion Sanders will be coaching in the NFL one day.
Do you think his style of coaching though will be successful in the NFL?
I don't.
I read an article that said he said he don't want to coach in the NFL.
that's what
He said he wants to stay in Colorado at least for the next 5 to 10 years.
For real?
Yeah, I read an article yesterday that said that.
I would just say to Tom, like, let him succeed in the power on this Power 5 level first.
Mhm.
Jackson State was great, but
Yeah.
that was HBCU.
Yeah.
And he didn't win a championship down
Right.
there, did
Yeah, he did.
he? The second year.
Yeah, I think the
Okay,
second
okay,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, watching his first year, I haven't seen all
Right.
this sensational
That's right.
coaching
That's
yet.
Right. That's
I've
right.
seen him throw the ball too much as a head coach.
Yep.
He had his son. He hung his son out to dry.
Yeah, he did.
He throwing 40
Yeah, he
times a
did.
game. You got to.
And then everybody say offensive line. Well, how you protect your quarterback? You hand the ball off.
You hand the ball
You know what I'm
off.
saying? That's how you
Absolutely.
protect your
You gotta-
quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If you
Balance.
know you got a weak
Yeah.
offensive line,
Right.
stop giving them 7-step drops.
Right.
You know what I mean? To throw the ball. Like you
And
say.
defense is your thing. Like Deion was the best corner ever to play. Defense is your thing. Colorado was bad on defense. They suffered. So I'm saying to myself, NFL, you gotta give me something for me to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that too much of sometimes we get so enamored and we want to push so much for our own kind of succeed. Like Tunk said, we want to see them succeed. That's beautiful, right? But you gotta watch it objectively at the same time. Like Deion, to me, I wouldn't necessarily want my kid going to him at this point.
Emmanuel said the same thing.
What?
That he wouldn't want his kid if he
You wouldn't send them there.
he wouldn't send his kid to that school. What did Tom say?
Tom said Deion Sanders went in Colorado like my pops would back in the day. This my house. If you got a problem with that, be my guest and leave and go live with
Yeah.
Big Mama.
Yeah.
I got the message.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly how he
right.
went in.
Yeah.
He went in like that. He went in like that.
And you gotta live with the results of it.
yeah.
But that's
You know what I'm
the thing.
saying?
Look at
Yeah,
the results of that.
you gotta live with the results of it. You come in like that.
His statement because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he trying to throw salt on the portal.
On
So
the portal.
it's like
Yeah.
what's real and what's not.
Well,
Right.
because it's not working to his benefit.
That's it, Mike.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
it,
And
Mike.
then he made a couple missteps. Like during the season, he threw his offensive line under the
Sure
bus.
did. He
So
sure
if
did.
you throw your offensive line under the bus in game 4 or game 5,
Mhm.
and your son is the quarterback,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Now you gonna get your son hurt. You
Hurt,
like
yeah.
next year. He talked about next year. These guys not gonna be here.
Mhm.
Next year we gonna get an offensive line.
Yes.
Well, hold up, we still got 5-6 games. left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You threw me
Exactly.
under the bus.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All
Right.
right.
So I already know I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
why I'm gonna put forth maximum effort?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Put my body on the line.
Right.
Sacrifice my body for your son.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the players who are transferring from Colorado are offensive linemen.
It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah,
I certainly wouldn't send my. Another thing I don't like this whole attitude he got now in terms of it's only certain teams my son gonna play for. Now I know Peyton the Manning boy did that. They had that cachet to do that. But why are you getting so caught up in that? Like, you know how privileged and blessed your kid is
to play in the
to be able to
NFL.
play, and the fact that he's gonna wind up going to the league.
And then
So is
if
he
you
selling
and then
both kids together?
no, just as quarterback.
just
same
quarterback,
guy.
but
Yeah.
it's just like
But then you seem like he named all the teams he named is only one he didn't play for. Did you notice that?
I didn't hear the teams he named.
Yeah.
yet.
So now he
Yeah.
supposed to push back on that and say
Yeah.
he didn't say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He supposed to push back and say he
Yeah,
didn't
but
say
it's
that.
like, you don't you realize like how blessed
and
your kid is?
And I'm gonna tell you something. No one, no coach, no agent is going to tell no billionaire what they're going to
What
do
you gonna
and what
do,
they're not
yeah.
going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do that.
I
Yeah,
think the
it's-
Manning move, the way
No.
they was able to do it because of they had relationships.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they was willing to maneuver that based on relationships.
And
you
I
know?
think because they had another quarterback in Phillip
Mhm.
Rivers that they could make the swap with.
They
Say
could
like
make
if
the
they ain't
swap.
have
They
another
had
quarterback.
something.
Yeah, like no, you
They had
coming or
something.
you ain't playing nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
you
something.
right. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
had Phillip Rivers. All right, we can make that swap.
And-
You know what I'm saying?
And when Elway did it,
Right.
said, I'm not coming to
To
Baltimore
Uh-huh.
because he had baseball.
That's
the
it.
Yankees had him.
That's it. He
Yeah,
had baseball
yeah.
to fall back on. He said,
Yeah,
I go
what
play
does-
baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
Shador got except his father's cash?
Right.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know some of that brashness, Deion. Some of that he exudes.
He was
I
doing
know
the
it
watch
rubbed
thing.
some of them the wrong way.
Remember he's on the Rolex thing?
His son.
He
Yeah.
on the Rolex thing, showing
Yeah.
to the student body and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, me and Clayton talked about that yesterday when he flashing his watch and all
Right,
that.
right.
And then Tom Brady told him to focus more on football than that kind of stuff. So I mean,
sure did.
yeah,
I remember.
if
He
Tom
sure
Brady
did.
tell you to, you know what I mean, that's good advice from somebody who been there, who got how many Super Bowls Tom Brady got? Seven, six.
Seven.
He got 7.
Got 7.
You know what I mean? So
Last
yeah,
one in
you know,
Tampa.
you don't need to be flat, especially you're a student athlete.
Right.
Stop all that getting. What do you say? Stop all that and go work out. Go watch
Brady
film or
said,
something.
"Go watch
yeah,
film.
go watch.
Get
film.
out that
Yeah.
damn Lamborghini
Right,
truck
and go
and
watch.
study."
Right.
But I mean, now they're getting these NIL deals, so they
Right.
showing off how much money
Yeah.
they making. I can afford this Rolex.
Right.
Y'all can't. So
But
that's
he
why
could
he doing
always
that to the
afford,
curb.
he could always afford a Rolex
Right, this
because of
is
who his
true.
father was. You know
Mhm.
what
But
I
then he
mean?
probably trying to stand on his own money.
Yeah, but
Because then they bought him a house. They bought Dion a house.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
his son bought him a
His
house.
sons did. Yeah, I feel like they
Yeah.
bought him a house.
They did
Mm.
out there in Colorado.
What
Yeah,
time
they did.
say on this one right here, Mike?
Oh, it says Deion Sanders said he would not be leaving Jackson. And what happened to that? People change their minds when money is good for your family, and you know you can make a difference in a young man's life.
Mhm.
Yeah. And see, I think a lot of kids see, especially college kids, they see stuff like that. All right, so if you say I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that, kids are like more sensitive to that. You know what I mean? Like if you change your mind, if you're dealing with a kid, you change your mind, that really create resentment right there.
Yep.
Kids will see that.
Yep.
You know, so when they see him, like I said, promoting his son,
Mhm.
don't promote your son at my expense,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
and then expect me
Right.
to go all out.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think that he sacrificed wins. Now I ain't gonna say they would have won a whole bunch of other games, but they started out 4-0, then lost 8 straight. But I think he sacrificed wins trying to get his son to the forefront, trying to get him in a Heisman
That's all he was talking
race
about.
and things
Mhm.
like that. And I think
Yeah.
he, like you said, Mike, he sacrificed team success for the sake of his sons, his
Yeah.
individual
Mhm.
success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
I think if he had not have said any of that stuff, and he just let, you know, if that's in the back of your mind, keep it there
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
you got other kids at that school who's going to resent.
Yep.
They're already going to think you get in this position because this your father anyway.
Exactly.
So you got to really almost go out of your way to
Mhm.
make it look like you're not favoring your kids.
And
Like,
his
so
son
you-
can play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His
And
son
Shador
can
nice.
play. Yeah,
He is nice.
His performance
He's
speaks
nice.
for itself,
Right.
but this son
That's
can't
right.
play.
He can play.
Yep.
And you ain't gotta say nothing. Like,
Yep.
why you gotta, you know, you put an ad in the paper. You know what I mean? Just let him go ahead and play.
The only thing I see Shador needs to improve on is when that back leg hit,
It's
ball come out.
Yeah.
He holds the ball a little too long.
Yeah.
He could
Yeah,
develop
yeah,
that.
yeah.
The
On time,
kid
like
is
as soon as pop,
talented.
boom. Yeah,
He
yeah.
can
yeah.
run. He
Right.
can throw. He accurate. He nice.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can play.
No question
play.
about
He
it.
can play. Yeah.
And I think he'd have been better served. I think he'd be better served away from his father.
Probably.
You think so?
Yes.
Probably. I mean,
Yes.
and
He's a
and
talent,
learning.
man.
I'm talking about and
Yep.
learning.
Yep.
See, because sometimes, like you say, your talent can stand on its own
Mhm.
sometimes, but in the back of your mind, if you know, no matter what, this is my job. Dang, you know what I mean? I ain't got nobody competing with me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying you tend to go at it maybe a little different.
Mhm.
You tend to maybe go at it a little different.
And also, when he go to the next level, he's had his father, his coach, his whole life.
He sure did.
That's why he be
He
better
sure did.
served away from.
Yep. Because remember they had that high school
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, you're right.
You need to,
His
you need
job,
to get
you're
under
right. That's the
different
only coach he
things
had.
now, right?
That's the only coach he
And
had.
to really
Yeah.
understand and then understand different perspectives, different ideologies
Mhm.
in terms of the
Right,
sport,
right,
stuff
yeah.
like
That's
that.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Probably
I mean,
different systems. Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Dion probably had him in the same
Same
system.
thing,
Yeah.
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 so you need to learn some things, man.
Yeah.
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 Tom said, let's be honest, white people don't mess up their hookups or abuse their hookups like us and then get mad at the hookup. The nerve of us black folks to get mad at the hookup.
Yeah.
Get mad at the hookup.
That's kinda true, though.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That is
that's
definitely
that's
true.
very true.
We need to get paid for what we doing. Then we get paid. We need to be able to move around like coaches. Oh, y'all can do that too.
Yeah.
Then you get to the oh man, it's garbage, man. Oh, it's garbage, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a true statement.
Right, right.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. It's a true statement, though, man. People do mess up their hookups. That's because entitlement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
we be like, all right.
Yeah.
When Dion first made the move, the first thing popped in my mind is because he was actually in a position to create a paradigm shift, right? Because HBCUs now you can start leveling the playing field across college sports, right?
Right.
So the minute he made the move, the first thing came to my mind is when something's really great, they grab it up and take the power away from what it, take the power away from what is administering the power to. Take it away. And I felt like Colorado and the Alumni Association stuff, they was actually going to bring him there and abandon him in a sense, ruin his cop, you know what I mean? And then that's how
break
you,
up
to break it up, like this, extinguish the fire
at the HBCU level.
So grab them from that,
Right,
bring them
right,
to
right.
this big university, and then
Extinguish.
extinguish them.
I understand what you're saying.
I
I
could
understand
get
what
that too because all right, so
you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
if you really
Yeah.
think he can coach, like why bring him to Colorado and not somewhere like one of those schools in the South? You know what I mean? Like where football is religion.
Yeah.
Well, I think like this. Colorado was really a bad program.
Right, yeah, that's
last couple
true.
of years, they really was a
Yeah.
bad program. Not them saying you ain't got bad programs in the SEC, things like that, but it was really a bad program.
Mhm.
So they and then they struggled with recruiting.
Right.
So
right.
they figured we bring Dion out here.
Mhm.
He, if nothing else, he's going to help with recruiting.
Mhm.
We're going to get some better players. You know what I'm saying?
How much did they? I know we probably don't know offhand,
I
but how
remind
much
you.
did they pay Dion to come?
Oh, I don't
They
know.
threw a bag at him,
They
right?
did. They did.
You
But-
got
They
Urban,
didn't have it.
huh?
They ain't had the
I
money,
remember-
huh?
I remember
That's what he
that.
said. That's what he said.
But
But they know it was coming.
Colorado.
That's what they said. Yeah.
Colorado didn't have the money. They promised him the money, but they didn't have it.
But
Really?
Yeah,
That's what they
game
said.
2,
They-
Right.
they had that money.
That's what I'm about to
I
say.
see,
You
I
know,
see.
the spring
Okay.
game sold out.
Okay.
You know, the spring
Yep.
game sold out.
Okay.
The hats, matter of fact, hat, dude, I was on lids trying to get the hat. They ain't had my
Okay.
size. They had sold out. So
Okay.
all that, the memorabilia,
So they didn't
sweatshirts, and
have
all
the-
that.
okay.
Right.
All they could have threw a bag at somebody like Urban Meyer or some of these other guys, proving that was out of coaching because he's a good recruit. He could have turned, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize they didn't have
But they
the
knew
money.
that wave was coming, though.
Yeah.
They
Right,
knew
right.
the wave was coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they said like by game 2, like
Yeah.
after Dion won the second or the third game, they
Yeah.
was like we got
We
it.
good.
Got it.
Everything else, you know what I mean? We in the black now.
Yep.
We in the black now.
Huh?
What would redeem him? Like, what kind of season does he have to have?
A bowl. I
This
think you got to
year
get at least
to-
bowl eligible, and you only need 6 wins for that.
Yeah.
You only need
think
6
that's-
wins.
You
with
think
the-
that's all he needed, 6 wins though?
No, I think to get bowl eligible,
Yeah.
that will redeem him too, because he really coming off 8 straight losses. You know what I'm saying? He coming off 8
Yep.
straight losses. So if he can get where they're at least a 500 team, get bowl eligible, they're invited to a bowl. You know, people gonna travel to that bowl. I think that's tracking in the right direction.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
going
yeah.
in the right direction.
I don't think him getting to the playoffs. No, I think that's too. I think that's too high. I think that's
Yeah.
you're right. I think that's
But he kind of like set a precedent and he raised the bar too high for himself with all of that, all his antics and stuff like that.
yeah.
So like if he had that kind of success and he was trending in that directory, right, then that'll be different.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if he get bowl eligible, then they be like, all right, yeah, we got something, we building something here. But-
right.
I don't think he at that juncture yet where he need to be redeemed. Because although we speaking about the difficulties he's facing now with kids jumping in the portal and stuff, he's still being celebrated nationally in the national media. I mean,
And
they
it's only
gave,
been one season.
yeah, and
It's only
they
been one
giving
season.
they gave this guy man of the year or something last year, didn't they?
Ooh,
With
Dion?
Dion, yeah, he got
Somebody
yeah,
got it. So it was either
yeah,
Sports
it was him,
Illustrated
yeah.
or
Like,
yeah, somebody gave it to
like
him.
really? What he do?
Right. And they say, man, they must have predetermined this. You know what I mean? Whether he got the job. They say because you're right though. They did.
They say, like father, like son, confidence is what Deion Sanders instilled in his children. And you can, I guess that's what they definitely see it. When I see Deion Sanders' children, I never see the mother.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think so yeah, I think that's true. You can definitely see that. And also you can see in them like a sense of entitlement. You can see like some arrogance. You can see that in them. And so
What's the name, man?
that's that sometimes can work against you because
Yeah.
if people like when Dion was in school and coming up through Dion, like when people see you coming, it's a different effect on how people treat you than it is when you sneak up on people. It's like a winning basketball team or a winning sports team. You can get surprised the first time a team, you know what I mean, they have a winning season, but the next season you adjust for that, and now your competitor, not enemies, but your competitors will go at you a different kind of way. So their experience, they'll have that same attitude, but their experience won't be the same experience as their father experienced.
And I'm all about confidence. You know, confidence is how you feel. Arrogance is what you say. You understand? So everybody confidence, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just when it goes to arrogance, that's when
And Dion could afford to be swagged out when he played, because he played defense, right? He out on that island, and the most of what he did was cover. But you talking about a quarterback.
That's producing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need, and it's so, and your livelihood is predicated on so many elements, you know, variables. You need that line block, and you need certain things. To me, a quarterback can't really necessarily afford to be real flamboyant. Not in football.
You can throw the perfect.
Yeah.
You can throw the perfect pass to me, but if I drop it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can throw the perfect pass. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, you also got them guys coming for your head.
Right. You got
You got the perfect play call, but if he go unblocked, you know what I'm saying?
Unblocked.
Right.
You definitely don't want to piss off like your
Offensive line. That's who take care of you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's who take care of you.
That's one thing the NIL deals to me is making it difficult. It's going to make it challenging for college teams. Is if you can tell me that every single kid on that team is getting paid, then it's okay. But if everybody's not, they're human. You can't tell me it doesn't create some kind of resentment. So if you got this kid in Lamborghini trucks, flashing Rolex, I'm just a kid with a scholarship, and I'm on the line. I don't have no celebrity, and I'm blocking. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Shit, that shit can rub me the wrong way. Yeah, that can rub me the wrong way. So hey, I miss a block here and there. You know, you're human at the end of the day.
So why? That's good advice that Tom Brady gave him to not. You know what I mean? Don't. Don't be flashing what you have.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just go ahead and play ball.
Because in the grand scheme of things, that don't mean nothing.
It don't.
That don't mean
it don't work in your favor at all.
Right.
At no way.
And Shador, these kids, these quarterbacks and stuff, getting these deals in college, they need to start rewarding their offense just like in the NFL. I'm buying Rolex, I'm buying stuff.
Everybody getting one.
You gotta make sure them boys eat, man.
I agree. Like throughout Deion Sanders, like when I like the way he was dealing with his sons, like when they had those they had like what was that show? Like those reality shows. I like to see like when fathers and stuff be dealing with their, they dealing with their kids and they raising their kids. And they have an opportunity to raise their kids. Another guy who do a good job with raising his kids was like the guy Ricky Smiley. I liked his show.
I remember that. Yeah.
Ricky Smiley instilled he tell his kids to be confident, but be humble too, because you have some things that other kids don't have, so you got to take that into account when you deal. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with you didn't come up the same way I came up.
Right.
You have access to things that I didn't have, and some of your friends don't have access. So you got to be wary of that, because people will try to, you know what I mean? They'll come at you and they'll try to hurt you. You know what I mean? That's you have people that's jealous.
Like you say, the human element.
Right. You don't want to set your sons, you don't want to set your boys up for stuff like that.
Tom said, I'm not saying the mother is bad, but it's great to see fatherhood 101.
Yeah, absolutely.
He also said, who was more confident than prime time?
Nobody I can think of.
I can't say that.
At least not outwardly.
Michael Irvin was real confident.
Yeah.
I remember when Mike Irvin went over 200 some yards against Prime when Prime was on the 49. I mean, there's some guys that was confident. It's just that Dion was so flamboyant.
Yeah,
you in the NFL, a lot of dudes. Jerry Rice, you telling me he wasn't confident?
Yes, sir.
You got a high level.
Yes, sir. Right.
your confidence got to be like at a
Through the roof.
Yeah, to
Mhm.
play at that level.
Mhm.
But he just was just like more flamboyant
That's what
Right.
it is.
than
That's what
everybody
it
else.
is.
Yeah. But Michael Irvin, yeah, he definitely was. You couldn't tell him nothing about, you know what I mean?
You couldn't tell him
Nothing
nothing.
about himself.
He ain't
knew
care
him
who he
better.
was lining up against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have that kind of confidence.
I'll never forget that though. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Over 200 yards on Dion.
Yeah.
How you feeling? I feel you.
Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that though, like as far as like being this transfer portal. But I think is coaches like to have leverage, they like to have control, and then these kids today is, I think the coach that's going to start winning are the ones who are going to be. They're going to find a way to work that to their benefit, as far as like leverage and getting kids to stay at their school and have control.
And the thing about it is, it was always 100% on the coach or the university, because them scholarships are year to year. You know what I mean? So you could be a scholarship player one year, and then I'll pull it and give it to somebody else. And then you without a scholarship, you got to walk on or whatever, or you got to transfer. Transfer, you sit out.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it was more catered to the coach and his university's favor.
Right.
And like you say, as soon as the kids get a little bit back, all they're getting is a piece.
Yeah.
Then they get a little piece back. Now you want to cry foul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, once those coaches in those universities figure out a way for them to get leverage back, then
they will.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. Because I even heard real quick, they're trying to limit. Now I ain't gonna say if it's good or bad, but now they're trying to limit. Like you only can enter the transfer portal once. You know what I'm saying? They try to do it like that. All right, you enter the transfer portal, you only can do it once. This your whole collegiate career.
Oh,
you only can do it once. You know what I mean? They trying to get
trying to change it.
yeah, but they talk. They
Yeah.
talk.
But you remember, it only came into play because of COVID.
Yeah, right.
And people lost years.
Right.
So and they never went back.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can definitely see them altering
Yeah,
that
so,
portal.
so they talking
Yeah.
about it. You only get into it once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the coaches can change jobs more than once in 4
Yeah.
years. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
coaches can change jobs more than once in 4 years. So
Yeah,
and
but
nobody say nothing about that when
Right.
the coaches
Yeah.
leave.
Right.
Coaches have said, I'm
I'm out.
committed.
Yeah, right.
I'm committed to this
They recruit
university.
you, and then you know what I'm saying? And by the time you show up on campus, they gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They can always create the narrative, like as far as from a competitive standpoint, amateur sports and making sure it's the level playing field. They can put it under those guidelines, like we need to limit the portal access
Mhm.
for fair competition.
Yeah.
They always find a way to put spin on it.
Now they say one guy, man, he done transferred like 4 or 5 times. Yeah. He done transferred
That was
like 4 or
funny.
5 times.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I just Mike. How long we been on?
33 minutes.
All right, yeah, we good. Yeah, I think we done got said what we had to say about
Yeah,
the
we-
Sanders situation.
Yeah, we covered
But, yeah, so with that being said, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also go to urbanplatformfashion.com. Check out our merch. I got on the long sleeve t-shirt. Clayton got on the short sleeve
Yeah.
t-shirt.
I like the fit.
Yeah,
I like the fit.
I need a long sleeve because I'm anemic.
What?
I wear long sleeve all year round.
Right.
Yeah, but also let Clayton plug his book.
Yep, go to Amazon.com and check out my book, Trauma, My Love Letter to the World.
Yeah. And we're gonna plug the socks too, Jack.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the link right there for that's the link. Where the other one, Mike, that go under that link?
The book,
No, the other yeah, it's a trauma.
oh shoot, my bad.
You gotta go to the bottom. We just added that new link to the
That-
let me see.
Mhm.
Ain't come up yet. Yeah, no, not that one. It's you gotta scroll to the bottom of
Oh, okay, I see. Okay,
that.
okay. My bad. I'm gonna do
Matter of fact, I'm gonna erase that. You want to erase that one,
Yeah,
Clay?
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, trauma. My love letter to the world, and it's on Amazon.
Amazon.com.
Yeah,
My man.
yeah. Put the socks back up there. Mike Wayne had the socks up there. Now, for the socks, y'all need to go to the Instagram page in order to get the socks. Yeah, so that
Instagram at the bottom.
right.
ELVN11_socks.
Yeah.
And man, y'all make sure to tune in every Saturday and Sunday. That's when we do our live show.
I'm sure Tom gonna have mad urban platform gear at the crib. I'm sure Tom gonna do it. Yeah. Shout out to Tom.
So with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all. And we definitely gonna be coming up with more content. Me and Clayton gonna be doing like more content like through the week, man. And we got some stuff that we wanna, we definitely wanna.
Ignoring the red flags. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Tuesday, ignoring the red flags. Tune in for that.
Yeah,
ignoring
Tuesday.
the red flags.
That's gonna be live Tuesday, ignoring the red flag.
That's
But
what's
with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all, and we'll check y'all out on the next episode. Peace.